Hello and welcome to our presentation for the course Making a Difference. My name is Miettinen and my partner is Kallio. Next, Elias will quickly go through our presentation.
Oh, hello also on my behalf. We will compare in our presentation two companies. Other one is Honkajoki, which operates only in Finland, and the other one is Neste, which is an international Finnish-based oil company. We will start by going through some basic facts about these two companies. Then we will move on to discussing the transition in towards the circular economy and how these two companies are doing in that sense. Then we will discuss how these companies could improve in this sense. And finally, we will discuss about Finland and Finland's position worldwide in this sense.
Okay, let's start with Honkajoki. It was founded in 1967 and it is owned by two meat producers, Atria and Hokoski, Finland. Honkajoki is processing animal-based waste from these slaughterhouses, not only these, but all slaughterhouses, many slaughterhouses in Finland and meat cutting plants, and they are processing them into organic raw materials for various industries for them to use. Honkajoki utilizes 100% of the animal-based waste they get from from the process. And their ultimate goal is to get all the animal-based byproducts in use worldwide. Let's go quickly through their business model, which is already based on circular economy. So they are recovering non-used resources from these slaughterhouses and they are processing them into use. The condensation heat, which is generated by the production, is utilized again in the process and also in garden facilities. So they are using the energy they are producing. Also, the wastewater which comes from the process is purified and directed back to the nature. All the end products of the process are mostly raw materials for industrial use, and well, because it's meat, there are nutrients and they are gathered from the meat waste and they are also returned to the natural cycle as animal foods and fertilizers, for example. So no organic waste is produced from this process. Next, Elias will continue with Neste.
Neste is an international oil company based in Finland. It was founded straight after war in 1948. At the moment, the main shareholders of the company are Finnish government and some major Finnish pension funds. Finnish government owns approximately 1/3 of the company, and the pension funds own about 20%. These pension funds include, for example, Finnish pension fund Varma. The main tasks of the company are producing, refining, and marketing oil products. And the company also offers different kind of engineering services. At the moment, Neste is the largest producer of waste-based renewable diesel in the world, as well as the largest producer of airplane fuel, renewable airplane fuel in the world. Through its renewable polymers and chemicals unit, the company provides renewable and circular economy based solutions with its value chain partners for the plastic and chemical industries. And next, Ella will have the floor.
So let's talk about the transition into circular economy. Well, Honkajoki, as stated before, their whole business model already is based on circular economy. But what is interesting is that the owners are meat producers, so the thrive into the circular business model comes from within. Of course, it is not fully circular because they're generating the products from waste, and the ideal would be that there would be no waste, but meat. So that being said, at the moment, meat consumption is still increasing. So there will be waste until the consumption stops.
Yeah, and Neste is a bit more in earlier phase of transition towards circular economy, and a lot remains to be done in order to accomplish a fully circular business model. The owners of the company are, of course, interested in sustainability, but because that comes with a price and the owners are also interested in profits, that is a factor that will be most likely also in the future slow down the transition, because it takes some heavy investments. The demand for energy is a permanent phenomenon, even though the energy resources may and most likely will change their appearance, but one has to generate a sustainable way to fulfill the demand for energy. And at the moment, even though Neste has the same problem as Honkajoki, so they are using waste to create something, so something needs to be created and waste needs to be generated in order to these Neste's renewable energy sources to be working. And Ella will continue from here.
Well, what does these companies have to improve? Well, the Honkajoki company is collecting the animal-based waste from could be collecting the animal-based waste from all around Finland, so that the waste won't end up in landfills. Because at the moment, Honkajoki is only collecting from some parts of Finland, so they could widen their collection from all around Finland and maybe northern countries. Well, they are already processing the waste into raw materials, but as been said earlier, that is not quite the circular economy we want, because we want no waste. What they could do more is that they could sell the energy that is generated through the process, which was the heat. And also they are already, but they could be exporting more of the business models to developing countries.
So what comes to Neste in the case of improving things, of course, Neste could engage in closer cooperation with chemical industry, and this would secure the supply of renewable raw materials, and of course this could also help them to find new clients. Then the more active marketing of their renewable energy sources in order to generate more demand and therefore improve the economies of scale, because at the moment the renewable fuels cannot compete with the price with the traditionally made, let's say like that, fuels. And this of course does make a quite substantial difference, because not everybody are willing to pay more just for the fact that something is renewable. And of course, another thing that Nestle could be focusing on is investment into research and development in order to cut the costs of producing these renewable fuels. And this would most likely also create more demand for Neste's products. And Ella will continue from here.
Yeah, let's go Finland wide. What is Finland doing right, and what is still to be done? Well, Finland is a forerunner in environmental policy and solutions. For example, taxation on polluting. So there are car taxes and etc. We are also recycling most of the home-based waste. So every apartment unit has their own recycling center, and all the supermarkets have big recycling centers where you can divide each and every garbage you have. And also Finland has very strict environmental regulation on industries. So they have like limits on how much waste and pollution they can uh, generate from their process, and how they need to do better in that sense.
So, and Finland has also some things it could be doing better. For instance, Finland could create more incentives for private entities to move towards circular economy or otherwise sustainable business models, and not only forcing private entities to do something, but also rewarding them better when they do this. Uh, of course, not everything can be done with a carrot, so then you need the stick. And for instance, the Finnish mining legislation could be a lot better. And this is one of the areas in legislation which could be better in order to force the businesses and private entities towards circularity. And of course, steering consumption through taxation is something that could be done in the same way as, for example, cigarettes are heavily taxed in Finland, and as a result, people smoke less. And this is something that could be done also in case of different sustainable products. And at the moment, this is not the case.
So this was our presentation. We thank you for listening, and hope you have a great day.
So, thank you.